Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu, and good day to each and everyone. I am Nurjana A. Sura from BSED English TV, and now we will dive into another discussion, still the continuation of the chapter 3. Methods of assessing effective learning outcomes. Effective of learning outcomes. Alright, we have here three main ways where we can check if students are learning values and attitudes. These are teacher observations, student self-report, and classmates giving feedback, or the peer rating. Since we cannot really see feelings or values directly, is that we look at how students behave or what they say. These are some tools used by psychologists to measure these things, alright? But in the classroom, teachers usually just rely on what they observe or what the students say. Macmillan says that there are three things to think about when assessing effective learning. The first is the emotions and feelings. Young kids and teens can be emotional and change moods quickly. So, their feelings aren't always stable. That's why one test or observation isn't enough. So, to get a better picture, the teacher needs to observe the student many times over a longer period to see what emotions or values are more common. Alright? The second point is about using different ways to assess, not just one. For instance, if you only ask students to report about themselves, they might lie or hide their real feelings. So it's better to use teacher observation to check if what the student says doesn't match on what the teacher sees. Then the result may not be true, but if both match, then it's more believable. Also, one study said that students who don't do well in class often say better things about themselves to look good, which makes self-report less reliable sometimes. The last thing to think about is what kind of result you need. Do you want to know about one student or the whole class? If you are reporting to parents, then you focus on individual results. You'll need to gather information over time and keep records. But if the goal is to improve how you teach the class, then group results are more useful. So it depends on the purpose. That teacher observation has already been introduced before as a way to check students during lessons or activities. But here, the focus is on using it to see if students are showing good values or attitudes. The teacher must take down notes in a clear and organized way about whether these effective behaviors are present or not. Alright, these are steps to follow when using observation. Number 1, determine in advance the specific behavior related to the targets. So the teacher needs to decide what kind of behavior to look for. Number 2, develop a list of positive and negative behaviors. You make a list of both good and bad behaviors to guide the observation. And lastly, decide the type of observation you want to use. So, choose the kind of observation method you will use. This makes the process more organized and helps the teacher focus. So, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a great day.